Let's start today's episode.
Welcome back, Period Besties. Katie and I are here to share something very exciting with all of you, and I'm going to try very hard not to squeal and contain my excitement for this. We are announcing Period Besties Live and Unfiltered. This is, at least at the time, a one-time only. We'll see if we ever do this again. But for now, this is your first opportunity to hang out with us for a week and some of our best guests, some of our future guests, experts, doctors, brilliant people just across the board from September 21st to September 25th on panels where you can actually ask questions. It's going to happen live. So you're going to have these experts and us all in one spot where you can actually say, hey, I've got a question, and ask questions in real time with a whole panel full of experts at your disposal. I am beyond giddy. I think one time in my life I've been described as giddy, and I am saying maybe this is the second time I have ever been giddy. I am so giddy.
I love that word. I love giddy. It's just so exciting. So many people ask us questions all the time. And then it's amazing because then we record podcast episodes and we can answer your questions. But this is just such a unique opportunity. If you have any questions, any thoughts, anything going on with your doctors, anything you want to get that second opinion about, we are going to be able to talk to you live, see you if you turn your camera on, hear your voice. Just the community and the connection alone is just so powerful. It's the idea behind this is to help us all feel really empowered about our health, about women's health, and really helping you figure out how to take care of yourself the best. There's so much information out there. It can be really overwhelming. And we know that this is going to be such an incredible experience for you to get that hands-on support live. And the cool thing is, I know we're going to get to this, but we're going to be live every single day as well after.
Yeah.
And we can answer additional questions, additional things. Because I know for myself, I'll ask a question, right? And then 2 days later, I'm like, oh my God, I have a follow-up question. So you're going to get us too every single day. We're going to share more about that. But I just think that's the beauty in this and how unique this experience is going to be.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be unique. Really, truly, I just was thinking about how jealous I was of how people were doing these great events with like all of their heroes and all the people that they want to talk to and all the experts. And I just thought, well, I want that for us in the menstrual world. And rather than wait around for it, I said, Katie, I think we should do this thing because it's a really like, why don't we get to have these events and let's do something? And Katie thought, oh, okay, well, that sounds great. Let's do it. So here we are creating what we were missing in the world once again. So today we're going to go through the lineup, who's coming, the events, the schedule, how you can join us, all that good stuff. So let's kick off. First of all, why are we even doing this live? It is way easier to do a summit where you pre-record or you just have a speaker come in and do their thing and then bounce, right? I've been on summits where I've spoken live. You get 20 minutes and that's it. You know, you're in, you're out at that and fine. But community, right? You said it so well. The community aspect of it is huge. Having people being able to talk to each other and bounce ideas off each other and be right there. Having people who have practical knowledge, right? Doctors who actually work with patients, health experts who actually work with clients, people who are researching and doing this stuff all the time, all in one place where we can go, okay, well, what do you think about this? And having these conversations and then having you, the listener, there as well saying, oh, but what if you did this? And being able to even pitch more ideas and questions and things into the community chat. That's why I insisted on this being live. I made this way harder for both of us. I'm so sorry, Katie, than it should have been. But I really wanted it to be live so that you, the audience, could be there, could feel that energy, that vibe, can get in on the action and actually have conversation.
Yeah. And honestly, I think as the event is going and happening right in front of us, it's going to feel way easier than all of the work we've been doing behind the scenes, right? Because when you record a summit ahead of time and you just get it out into the world, you're not getting the feedback instantly. So it's hard to know what's resonating, what's not resonating, what questions people have. I really do feel like in the moment, I know you and I have been really working hard behind the scenes to make this incredible for everybody, but that energy that we're going to receive throughout that week is going to create this high for us. And it's just, I know it's going to feel so exciting and so energetic. We already are so excited and energized about this, but that week alone, we're going to be riding that high. It's going to feel totally different. So, and you and I both love a challenge, so don't feel bad about that.
Yeah, when the email fire didn't work on my first test, I was like, oh God, here we go.
But Mercury will not be in retrograde when this is live.
Oh, all right. That actually reassures me quite a bit. Okay, so here's the panels. We picked some topics that we thought would be very just universally helpful for people, and some of the things that we get asked a ton on the podcast, right? A lot of our emails and inboxes get these same questions over and over again. So the very first one we're going to do is thin doesn't equal thrive. And it's a big one because we get a lot of clients who are just undernourished. They might be thin, maybe their BMI is perfect, but they're just desperately undernourished. And so something that we see over and over again is being undernourished, not getting enough food, not getting enough nutrition, all for the sake of being thin, because that's what means healthy. And as we're seeing this rise of that heroin chic look coming back, we've gotten extra concerned that people are again equating thin with healthy. So we wanted to kick this off with, I know, kind of a controversial conversation, but we want to talk about GLP-1s and thin and weight loss. And, a lot of times when you go to your doctor with a period problem, they're like, just lose weight. And you're like, okay, but that can't be every problem's answer. So we really wanted to start off with something really reassuring, something that we see so commonly with so many of our clients, personally, professionally, friends, everybody, and really get in there to talk about this so that we're not letting diet culture rule our decisions anymore on how to take care of our bodies.
100%. And I have personally in my practice seen an uptake in the amount of women not getting their period. And it's because of this undernourishment, and that both of us, it makes us nervous that we're kind of praising this look without talking about what we're missing in terms of health. And we all know your period, or maybe you don't know, your period is your fifth vital sign, right? So if you're not getting your period, something is going on. And a lot of that is undernourishment. So we talk about this a lot, and this is just going to be so helpful for reassurance that we need to eat. I know that sounds black and white, but it's not, especially in our culture. So we just really wanted to do this in a way that feels comforting. We have a psychotherapist joining us, and we know that's going to add a much important layer to this conversation. And we're going to have Dr. Snyder joining us, talking about GLP-1s and what she's seeing in her practice. So it's just going to be a really good conversation that's looking at all sides of the picture, not just GLP-1s, but also mental and emotional health too.
Yeah, absolutely. So then on Tuesday we have two panels. So Tuesdays and Thursdays we'll have two panels each. So they're all the morning ones will be at noon Eastern time, morning for me and mountain time, but noon Eastern time. So Tuesday, quote unquote morning, noon Eastern, we're going to do hormone therapy real talk. So all those questions about perimenopause, hormone replacement, estrogen, progesterone, even just if you're curious what might be coming down the pipeline in the future, I'm really hoping we can get into testosterone. And is that going to be the next part of hormone therapy for women? Is that going to be step 3 in the near future? So I'm really looking forward to that panel. The theory on this one was that by the time you're done with it, you're going to be able to have a really clear idea of what's true, what was headlines, and taken out of context, and how you can really make an educated decision on what you want to do for your perimenopausal years, right? Katie and I both have different ideas, or at least different maps of what we think we're going to be doing for our hormone therapy as we move through perimenopause. We're both on progesterone now, but I may not do the estrogen, or I may try it and see how it goes. Whereas Katie's like, I can't wait for the day when they're like, here's the estrogen. So we want you to have the power and to feel educated and like, okay, I have an idea of what I want to do and I've got the knowledge to do it.
Yeah. And the two women on the panel are just, every time they post anything, I am just like reading everything that they say, they share, like Maria Claps and Dr. Carrie Jones. They're just so brilliant. And yes, it can feel like a very overwhelming, again, conversation, but the way that they're breaking it down and sharing, I just know everybody is going to actually feel like they have that knowledge that they can then take to their own doctor and or say, I don't think you're the doctor that can help me with this next stage of life. I'm going to find a new doctor that can actually help me, because you're entering a new stage of life with hormones and your life in general. So it's just good to have that person that is educated. And we just strongly believe educate yourself first so that you know whether or not this is the right provider, right person to actually help you.
Yeah, absolutely. And then that evening, so 7 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have Bloody Brilliant Business. So this is based off of my book, Bloody Brilliant Business. We're going to talk to two other women who are business. Well, one's a business coach specifically who runs her business with her cycle. One is a period coaching school graduate who does period coaching and is also a medium. So she has had a business for a long time and she runs her business with her cycle. So we're going to really get into the nitty gritty of what it's like to work for yourself, make your own money, and do it all with your flow so it can be easy. Turns out that the advice for running a business for men is got nothing to do with us as women. So we're going to go reset what it means to be a female CEO in charge of your own business.
Yes. And you can take this information into what work you're doing as well, too. If you're not a business owner, you can take this information. I share this information. I'm always talking about your book with my clients who aren't CEOs, but they of their own business, but they are CEOs, CMOs. They're building teams within a company. And every man and woman on this planet should have this information to help support. I mean, women are more than 50% of the population. And research does show when women are in charge and they are at higher levels, that the company is actually more profitable. So it's a really good, even if you are working for a company, to learn this information and look at how fast you're going to get promoted. Seriously.
Yeah, absolutely. You're the corporate expert.
Yeah. I mean, I see it all the time. And I teach workshops in companies and talking about working with your cycle and like when you should ask for a raise and when you should try to schedule presentations and different things. And it really does make a difference. So, I mean, I think this is brilliant, 100%. Like, I love using it for my own life, but I just think some of you might have already been doing this in your practice. This might be the first time you're hearing about this. And it's just incredible when we understand our body and we understand our cycle and how we can use that to feel more productive, more focused, and be kick ass, basically. It's just awesome. I'm just so excited for anyone that has not really dove into this yet in their own life.
It's so helpful for everything. I mean, if you just want your life to be easier, right? This is the workshop for you.
Totally. Like, and this is the one thing you and I hear all the time, right? And I say this to myself too sometimes, like, oh my God, I just don't want to do anything today. I'm just so tired. And then I get my period the next day, even though I know it's coming, right? It's that mental, you don't have to be at the top of your game every single day. You deserve to relax. You deserve to have time off. But that internal chatter that you can just say, oh, my period's coming. I'm obviously not going to have more energy. Like, this is not the time for me to be mean to myself. Because as we're mean to ourselves in our life, right, that just holds us back in so many ways. And when you understand where you are in your cycle and the emotions and the planning and the work surrounding it, we take that away. And I just think that in itself is one of many reasons why you should come to this panel. Yeah. Is understanding that, because as women, we're so hard on ourselves. And this really helps me not be so hard on myself.
Yeah, perfect. Absolutely nailed it. So then the next day, Wednesday at noon, we're going to have Feed Your Flow. So all of the reality of how to eat delicious food and nourish yourself at the same time. And I'm really excited for this one because I think a lot of people, well, I know a lot of people because they come to us as clients saying, well, I'm doing this and I'm taking these supplements. And it's just so scattered, I guess I'll say. Oh, well, social media said I should be eating, a bucket of kale every day. So, or one of my favorites from especially years ago was I eat raw spinach every day. Okay, well, now I know why your thyroid's not working. That was easy. Some of the health things out there that we have been taught actually can be detrimental, and we don't get that part of the conversation. So I'm really excited about the Feed Your Flow panel to just put some of those myths to sleep and instead talk about what do we really need to eat in order to support our hormones properly without deprivation, without guilt, but really just to enjoy a good meal that you can feel good about eating because it's not just delicious, it's also actually healing and helping.
Yeah, this is my jam. This is our jam. Like, we love talking about it. So I'm just excited to be part of this conversation and have everybody ask us questions because we love food. We love talking about food. And Stasha always has the best because she was a chef. Like, she has the best ideas. If someone's like, I really like this, I don't know how to make it. She's like, oh, well, you could do da 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 da, and it's going to be amazing and it's going to be easy. So it's just going to be a fun conversation and also sharing easy things that you can do if you're not a chef, you're not a cook like Stasha is. And I try, but I'm
Yeah.
not either.
But I'm
So
a lazy chef. I'm like, I don't care if it takes 3 days as long as it's sitting in a crock pot taking 3 days. I don't want to
I
work.
mean, that's same. I don't think that's lazy. I think that's smart.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. This is one of those panels that I'm like, do we even make questions or do we just open the floor to questions immediately?
I know. Well, it's, yeah, just in general, we both know women are not eating enough. So I think this is just a good conversation of like, let's stop calorie counting. Let's actually look at the amount of food that you're eating.
Yeah.
Because yes, fat has more calories, but as women, we need healthy fats because healthy fats create cholesterol. Cholesterol creates hormones. I think it's going to be important for people to really listen in as to why
Yeah.
this actually impacts our health and our hormones versus us just saying eat more food.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And actually, I'm glad that you mentioned calories because Thursday morning's panel, the noon panel, is moving with your cycle. So that whole calories in, calories out, which entirely untrue for us as cyclical beings. So we're going to talk about moving with your cycle instead of against it. And I know Katie and I have talked about this on the podcast before, and we've had so many clients where one of the first things we do is say, okay, enough, you're not running anymore. I'm taking you off the treadmill, and then we'll work on something else.
Yeah. I love that we had the forefront to have the food conversation and then have the movement conversation the next day. Because I know people that come to the food conversation, they're going to be thinking about this information and come back with questions the next day. So I just love that we did that. I know we planned this out and it's just been a while. So I know we like had a plan, but as we're talking about it, I'm like, oh, it's so genius.
Yeah, it's so funny to be like, oh, that was a really good idea. I'm glad
Yeah.
we had that thought. So then Thursday evening, we're going to have fertility awareness and birth control. So this one will be Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern. We're going to talk about fertility awareness methods. We're going to talk about birth control because this is something when my 20-year-olds, especially, we're constantly going through birth control options and they're always shocked that, but I thought hormonal birth control balanced my hormones. And so the conversation of it's not balancing your hormones is something that I feel like I'm having over and over and over again so often. So, first of all, let's talk about birth control. Let's talk about birth control hormones. Let's talk about what's actually happening. Let's talk about hormonal birth controls, non hormonal birth controls. And then let's actually talk about fertility because most women still don't realize that you're only fertile about 6 days out of your cycle. So, let's also talk about the reality of the birth controls you're using and your own fertility and how you can learn to map your own fertility, how you can learn when you're going to be fertile, anticipate these kinds of things. And then you can adjust and pick your birth control options with information. There's nothing better than making an informed decision. And this is an informed decision that, especially here in the United States, could mean life or death. So, this is one of those informed decisions that I really hope you come and listen to, learn from, so that you can go home and make a better choice for yourself and for your body.
Awesome. And I know we're going to be talking a lot about ovulation and the importance of ovulation. And that conversation is always incredible and something that I'm still telling my friends for the 50th time. And I'm like, yes, let's talk about ovulation. Like, this is so important. So it's just going to be such a great conversation. And the ladies that are going to be on it are just rock stars. So I'm so pumped.
I know it's going to be really good.
I keep giving away secrets of like who it is before we get to that part, but okay, we'll get to that part in a second. But
we're almost there. We're almost there. It is going to be good though, and there is a reason that we put that one towards the end. So the last two, because we've got some real banger guests for these last two. So that one, and then Friday, our very last episode, is the Wired but Tired stress and sleep support episode, because we're all tired. I mean, I don't know anyone who's not tired.
So sad.
I mean, but yeah, so we're going to talk about being tired. We're going to talk about stress management, sleep support. It's going to be a really big, juicy topic. In fact, we have the most panelists for this topic. So I would not be surprised if this one went a little longer than 2 hours. But it's the last panel, and it is going to be a real doozy of a panel. And it's the one that's universal, right? We're all struggling with sleep issues or stress issues. And if you're not, you will, because hormones change. So we really just want everybody to have the information and the coping mechanisms so that you can feel better and feel more energy and feel more alert and get up in the morning and do fun things that you want to do. I mean, I woke up this morning after a solid night of sleep and hiked the dogs because I just felt good. And it was a beautiful morning. And I watched the sun come up as it was hitting over the mountain in the little ravine I was hiking. It was gorgeous. I want that for everybody.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I love that. I woke up very differently. I woke up to my kids in my bed being like, can we watch TV? I was like, no, you cannot watch TV. It's a school day.
So this is going to be an info-packed week, right? Like, look at all those topics. You're welcome to come and chat and ask questions about anything. You know, you're at the Feed Your Flow panel and you're like, okay, I have PCOS. Is there anything I need to know for PCOS, right? So you can really have these conversations, and I'm super excited about that. And then I'm extra excited because this was really, I wanted to have just the best minds and the most exciting people to come. And I'm going to kick us off with, we have some really great doctors. In fact, we wanted to make sure that there was somebody on every panel. So we had an authority who really knows what they're talking about on each panel. So we have medical doctors like Dr. Marisa Snyder, Dr. Carrie Jones, Dr. OK. Don't quote me on her name. She's got a great name, but I'm not great at it, and I have to ask her how to pronounce it. Dr. Kara Quant, Dr. Laura Bryden, who we all know and love, who's been a repeat guest on our podcast every single year. Dr. Kristen Ryman, who specializes in complex chronic illnesses. So your PCOS, your endometriosis, your PMDDs, all of those kinds of things. Like, she started with Lyme disease, which is like the most complicated thing you could possibly have. So
oh my God. And then on top of all of those amazing, I mean, we could have a live panel just with them, right? But we also included the amazing psychotherapist, Lou Lackman. We have Doctor of Oriental Medicine, Denisa Hilton Harper. We have a functional diagnostic nutritionist, Maria Claps. We have the Doctor of Natural Medicine, Odessa Thornhill, as well as Tash Corbin, who I have been wanting to meet for years because you just rave about her.
I love her.
Jan Hall. We have Roxy Shirosis. Don't quote me on that. We have Jessie Ravin and Heather Almendinger, Nicole Jardam, who I studied with, who I love, who has been on the podcast twice, I believe, if not more. Irene Chong and Lisa Henderson Jack, who was our very first podcast guest. So she helped us kick off this podcast, this idea and everything. So I'm just psyched to have her with us. And I'm so sorry if I chopped some of those names, but we'll have them in the show notes so you can go check them out.
We'll definitely have to have a little moment before the panels start just to be like, okay, pronounce your names for
Yes.
us.
I
It's
get it
hard.
because before I go on any panel, any podcast, they're like, okay, how do you say your last name? So,
Oh yeah.
and nobody says my last name right. So I get it.
Oh yeah. No, the ways I've heard my first name pronounced over the years as a podcast guest has been amazing. So,
Oh.
oh yeah, a lot. Some of them I was like, I don't even know how you got there, but I love it.
I feel like it's a pretty easy name, but
Yeah, no.
everyone's brain is different.
Exactly. So I mean, these are all going to be incredible. These are going to be phenomenal guests and panelists. And then Katie and I are also going to have a VIP ticket. So if you want to go deeper, if you want to dive in more, if you want to meet Katie and I every day after that noon panel and talk things through in a smaller community group, then you're going to want the VIP ticket. Because every morning for the 5 days, Katie and I are going to have an extra call where we're going to hang out, answer questions, talk about what just happened, highlights, anything that comes up, and just this really intimate community conversation. We're really looking forward to it. And really, honestly, to be sitting there with Katie and I each for an hour every day is a couple of grand minimum in what we would be charging. So even for group programs. So it's definitely a steal, but that's not all that you get with the VIPs.
Yes. Oh my God. It's a steal because we're just going to show up and be there and answer anything and give you personalized attention and support. Yeah, let's do it. And no topic as normal, right, is off limits. Nothing is TMI. So we're going to stay with that for the whole time that we're going to be live. You also get lifetime access to all the 7 panels of video recordings. Yes, eventually the audio will be on the podcast, but it's just so different being able to watch and learn. The way that my brain works, like when I watch something, I just really am able to grasp the information so much better. But you all will get this forever, the videos forever. Plus Stasha's incredible book, Bloody Brilliant Business, my hormone recipe book. And I'm telling you, the total bonuses is I don't even think it's anywhere near $1,000. It's got to be, as we're talking about this, it's got to be up to like $5,000 at this point. Honestly, we can edit that out, but I really do
No,
now
no,
that I'm like
no.
talking this through. And you're going to have exclusive discounts and bonuses from most of our speakers, like Dr. Snyder's book, The Perimenopause Revolution, a 30-minute channel message session with Jennifer Lang, who's one of our fabulous moderators. I mean, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to sign up for the VIP just for that.
Oh,
Lou Lackman is giving one of their workshops away, the Ease Over Effort, which is valued at $500 alone. I'm super, super psyched for this. I think I get VIP packages a lot when I do summits because the gifts and the information is so valuable. This is just awesome. I'm so excited for all of you to be able to sign up for this.
I know. And all of it, and it's $97.
Yes. Oh,
Which,
I
by
forgot
the
to say the
way,
price.
which, by the way, if you want to join Katie and I for our Nourish and Flourish, we're going to do our workshop. We're going to do it as all stages, all ages, Nourishing Your Cycle workshop. And you'll get that $97 as a discount. So we're going to put a code on there so that if you want to join us, you're basically the cost of your ticket is gone off the top of the Nourish and Flourish workshop. So we're really making this a no-brainer of a yes. So this whole summit, whether you come for just the free bit or for the VIP as well, but the whole live event is for you if you've ever felt confused about your cycle, if you ever thought your cycle was you have your period and then you don't have your period, and that's your cycle. There is so much more going on than just that. So that's going to be one of the first things you start to learn there. If you're tired of Googling your symptoms, I know Dr. Google can be very helpful, but also not very helpful.
Very scary sometimes.
If you want to stop working against your cycle, right? If you're going to the gym exhausted one day but then you're kicking butt the next day. If you're at work and you can't understand why words are hard today. If you are irritated with your family for no good reason, although sometimes they do deserve your irritation, but sometimes they don't. So if those kinds of things are coming up for you, you just want your life to be easier, this is going to be for you.
Yes. And it's live, so you can ask real questions, get immediate responses, get personalized attention. How often does that happen when you ever get personalized attention? Even when you go to the doctors, you have 7 minutes. We're going to be there for 2 hours. And when you join us as a VIP, you get us for an hour. So you're going to have 3 hours every day of personalized attention and support. That alone is worth thousands and thousands of dollars. And it's saving you so much time and energy. It's incredible. So whether you're dealing with painful periods, mood swings, rage, all the fun stuff, if you have HRT questions, fertility, planning for fertility, trying to get pregnant, all of those things, or if you're like, I do not want to be pregnant right now, but I want better birth control options, we've got you as well. The goal is, and you will all feel as if you have a deeper connection to your body and really understand that. And it's free. It's a no-brainer, right? Just join us free. And if you can't join us every day, like grab the videos because then you can watch them when you can. It's incredible. And then you could watch them and join us the next day and ask questions during our VIP session.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. It's a really, you have no excuse not to sign up for this and to tell your best friend and bring her along.
Yes.
So head over to theperiodcoach.com/live 2026, so live 2026, and grab your free seat. It's going to be fantastic. It'll take you 30 seconds. It gives you access to all 7 panels. It gives you access to all the free stuff the speakers are giving. We're all giving you free gifts as well. So if you're just signing up for the summit, you get access to all of the live events as well as all of the free gifts that the speakers are donating, not to mention the VIP paid gifts that the speakers are donating. So if you want to do this, it takes you 30 seconds. If you want to sign up for the VIP, sign up for the live event, and then you'll be given the option to sign up for a VIP ticket as well. I will say that the VIP is going to close, and we do want to keep it to a certain number of people so that it's not crazy pants. So if you're thinking about it, I would suggest jumping into the VIP earlier rather than later, because theoretically the doors will close when the event starts, but we might have to close it early if we get a ton of people into it so that we can keep it somewhere where we can do that personalized advice that we've been talking about. So we really want to see you there. Remember, it's September 21st to the 25th. Sign up right now, get in, and then start getting your freebies and start downloading all your cool stuff to get started. And we can't wait to see you there.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see all of you there. I can't wait to meet some of you, quote unquote, in person and just have that connection, because we love talking to you on social media. We love that you're listening to the podcast, but this is just a way for us to really create even a deeper community. And this was the whole goal for this event and for everything that we do together, is to create that community. So we are just so excited to see you.
All right, besties, we'll see you there live and in person. And until then, we'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now. A big shout out and thank you to our sponsors for today's episode, Period Coaching School and Katie Bressack Wellness.
Thanks to you, our favorite bestie, for listening to the Period Besties podcast, where no topic is TMI. And of course, share this episode with your besties.
Remember to leave us a 5-star review, nothing less than the best for us besties, and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.
You can follow us on Instagram at Stasha Washburn and at Katie Bressack, or email us at periodbestiespodcast@gmail.com.
Check out more about us at katiebressack.com and periodcoachingschool.com. And of course, check the show notes for free goodies and extras that support this episode.
We'll see you on the next episode.
Bye for now, besties.